Did you know that Madame de Montespan, one of the great mistresses of the 17th century, mean-girled her way into becoming the true Queen of France? Let's get into it. Madame de Montespan had it all. She had wit, she had beauty, and she had a great pedigree. But she found herself married to a man who squandered away their fortune on gambling and failed military campaigns. So she set her heart on becoming the mistress to King Louis XIV, the King of France. The king was married to Queen Maria Theresa of Spain, and he already had an established mistress, Louise de la Valliere. Of course, neither of these women intimidated Montespan. In fact, she began strategically developing friendships with both the queen and Louise to get closer to the king. And she used this friendship to stoke the rivalry between the two women. When the court went to visit the king in Flanders, Louise made the mistake of getting into a carriage race with the queen, rushing ahead with the hope that she would arrive first to greet the king. This was a big no-no. Montespan, who was riding in the queen's carriage, remarked that she would never want to be the king's mistress, and if she did, she wouldn't dare show her face around the queen. And yes, this woman was absolutely diabolical. Louise knew what Montespan was trying to do, but Montespan was also an exceptional conversationalist and extremely charming. So Louise continued inviting her to all of these dinners to entertain the king. Montespan was just waiting for the right moment to strike. When Louise and the queen both fell pregnant at the same time, Montespan began having private dinners with him, and it didn't take long for them to become intimate. Louise genuinely loved the king, and she was devastated when she found out she was no longer the favorite and begged to retire to a nunnery. But the king would not let her leave because he needed to cover up his new affair with the married Montespan. For a little while, Montespan and Louise actually shared an apartment, and the king would walk through Louise's rooms to get to Montespan, which is legitimately horrifying. Montespan's bitchiness only got worse after she landed her man. She openly mocked courtiers to their faces and behind their backs. Strolling by her apartment windows became known as going before the guns because she was known for routinely making snarky remarks about people as they passed by. When she heard the king was having an affair with a lady-in-waiting, she turned her two pet bears loose in the woman's apartments and had them completely destroy it. Montespan kept the king's attention for 13 years. But long-term, her mean girl ways did not end up serving her. The king ended up leaving her for a woman that was pretty much her exact opposite. But that's a story for another day.